네, 여러분 반갑습니다.
Nice to meet you all again. Fly Asia 2022. Now we're going to have the last event of today with the Startup Showcase 3. We're going to invite 7 startups to present in Busan metropolitan city. So the theme and the objective of this program is to support the startups to go global with this opportunity. So we're going to have the IR pitching and Q&A session for each presenter, and 5 minutes for the presentation, and also 3 minutes for Q&A for each presenter. We have 5 judges in front of us. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand, and you'll be given with a microphone. Thank you again for your participation today. It's the second day of the Fly Asia 2022, and this event will be the last one from today. We're going to have the showcase with a Busan-based startups. Please give them a big round of applause. Now we have a CEO Park Ki-young of Santa. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Park Ki-young from Santa. Our company is providing a DDSM, which is a SaaS for the digital transformation of education. So if you take a look at the history of digital transformation of education, before the COVID, we have been dealing with a large conglomerate, but after the COVID-19 pandemic, SMEs and also lecturers were very much interested in the digitalization. So the digital formation of education is not only about selling the videos on the internet, and it is also includes acquiring and also recruiting the learners. And so starting from this point to the evaluation, everything has to be processed online, but you have to utilize a total of 12 tools to make the digital transformation. But the problem is that it is very costly, and also because all those the process is fragmented, digital is not shared between the parties. So in order to overcome this obstacle, we need to have a SaaS-based LMS, which is connecting all sort of tools to overcome this obstacle. Let me introduce to you the service we are providing with a short video clip. Sorry, let me just skip the video clip. And so around the world, the LMS market is taking a larger portion. The market share. The amount of the market is like 2.7 trillion won, and so the first commerce are spending a lot of money for maintenance. But our goal is to connect all those on the SaaS-based platform. So our goal is also to provide offline and offline education, and also our goal is also to include the offline and online education and learners and lecturers together. So let me give you an example. Shopify is the application where people could buy and sell a product independently, and just like the Shopify, our goal is also to make sure that learners and also lecturers come together on the same platform, and we are also receiving a lot of support. And actually, when we spent 10 million won for the marketing, then the CTA is like 38,000 won. And actually, this tool has been proven many times over the course of time. And this, as you can see, the costs of establishing a online education platform is quite huge. So compared to this, our solution, which is SaaS-based, is growing so exponentially. And around 1 million markets. Our goal is to have a total of 120,000 markets into our system, onboard our system through the digital transformation. So with this, we believe that we will also be able to utilize the upside potential. So our goal is to have this transformation and expand the market. And since our system is SaaS-based, we will be able to connect with all sort of services available, like the Elo bus and also CRT and school bus programs, and also Class U and BYU is also a EPIs, market-based EPIs. In this way, we'll be able to expand our markets. As from the learner's perspective, their learning data will be accumulated. Therefore, if they go to a private schools or schools, all of the data they have studied on will be accumulated in the DDSM, our application. And there are a total of 22 startup related companies in Busan focusing on education. And our goal is also to have a connection with these organizations. This is the introduction of our team. And we believe that education changes the world, and we will change education. This is our mission. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the presentation. And judges, do you have any questions to the presenter? Please raise your hand if you have any questions. So, yep, we have a question from one of the judges. Please wait for a second. Thank you for the presentation. And I'm wondering about the profit model of your solution. And the service that we are providing is SaaS-based. So when we establish the LMS, and then we also will get we make profits out of the subscribers. And so the subscription price is quite differentiated, because our model is very cost effective. It costs only 10% of the other competitors. So many of our clients are very interested in the cost efficient model of our SaaS-based service. Thank you for the presentation. And so I believe that education content will be accumulated over the time. And would that be possible for my question is about the IP. Who is going to have the ownership of the education content? So we have accumulated over 70,000 contents, and the builder of the creator owns the IP over the content, but we are preparing a B2B marketplace, and we are now on the testing process. And in the case of the BYU, actually there are many clients from large conglomerates. So we are also thinking about the ownership of the IPs and etc. Actually, in terms of the education content, the quality might differ from one another. So let's say that the subscribers might just decide to leave the service because of the poor quality of the content, right? Actually, our target is not B2C at the client. the customers. Our potential clients are the service providers, education service providers. Once they are on board, I don't think they are going to leave the system very easily because their education and learning data will be accumulated over our system. It's been only and it's been around 22 months since we established the system. I believe that the retention rate will be quite high. And so can you just briefly mention about the status of your competitors? So in Korea, there are companies providing SaaS-based tech solution providers like Cloudsom, but I don't think they are a competitor because their target is slightly different from ours. So they are more focusing on the API, working with the schools, and what we are doing is to provide a education to the subscribers based on the SaaS-based model. Of course, there are two similar models in the United States, which are all have become a unicorn companies already. That's why we think that our model is quite promising in the future. Thank you for the questions and answers. And we had CEO Park Kyung from Santa working on this solution of education content. Please give him a big round of applause. And now we're going to continue with the second presenter.
It's Mr. Lee Kang-ho from SNvia. Please give him a big round of applause. Hello, I am CEO of SNvia. Though it's a short period of time, I would like to share with you our product and growth plan. In the last 3 years, we have accumulated many experiences in regard to the contagious diseases due to the COVID-19, which are the experiences that we have never had before. So COVID-19 shows some sign of receding right now, but in other countries there are some warning signs of smallpox or TB. And so as a result, under this pandemic period, the pharmaceutical companies and medical companies are showing interest in microneedle, which allow them to provide stable treatment to patients under this pandemic period. Bioscience and other vaccine companies also announced they would develop this microneedle products. And at WEF, this microneedle was selected as one of the top 10 promising technologies, but as it has this distinctive advantages and disadvantages, companies have been reluctant in developing these microneedles. So because of the issue of not being able to deliver the right dose of drug, these microneedles haven't been actually certified by medical authorities. So that's why we came up with this contact dispensing coating, which is CDC processing. And this allows us to deliver the right dose of medicine through these microneedles. So this way we can deliver medications safely through these microneedles. So, and it also allows us to load 100 times or 1,000 times more medication through these microneedles than our competitors do. And above all, our processing has been can be actually certified by our medical authorities as a complex medication track. So we succeeded in mass production of the microneedle type smallpox vaccine patches, and it can also be applied to the other diseases. And we are also in joint research and development processes in collaboration with other companies. And we have our own microneedle production centers in Busan and Pyeongtaek in Gyeonggi province, and which will be established, completed in 2023. And we also have photocurable adhesive and hemostatic. It is the new HAMA, and which is based on the hyaluronic. And with General, we are co-developing this photocurable adhesive and hemostatic, and we are using this DDS to use as a medical for medical devices to treat different kinds of diseases. So we are aiming to IPO in the year of 2025, and based it on this microneedle CDMO project, we are planning to do photocurable high molecular licensing out to grow our business. Thank you. Thank you for your insightful presentation. So, is there any judges having questions for him? So would you please deliver the microphone to the judge who raised the hand? So what is your sales volume right now? That's my first question. And your independent pipeline is to use the microneedle. So do you have your standalone independent pipeline for that? Our sales volume, actually we are in the stage of the co-development. It is as much as 100 million wons volume, and we are cooperating our pipelines in partnership with other countries. So we are using the medication which has expired patent period. So, and once all the licensing is over, we will take the role of the CDMO. So that's what we do. Thanks for the presentation. And I am curious about the licensing period. So could you more elaborate on your licensing track as the medication compound? The most distinguished advantage that we have is that these microneedles are plastics, medical plastics, which are produced from the shooting out processing. So it is no harmful to our bodies. And this plastic is not harmful to our bodies, so that's why we can use it as safely to deliver medication. And there is a microneedle licensing standardization published by the medical licensing authorities, and we coat medication on these microneedles and do not touch the formulation of these plastics so that it will not be dissolved when in contact with our body. And you talked about the hyaluronic and which is hyaluronic acid. So, so what we are researching right now is the next generation adhesive, and we used the hyaluronic acid to develop this adhesive, and this is the first of its kind in the world, and we are applying for patent in 4 different countries, and so our pipeline is the adhesive and the microneedle. And as for the adhesive, we are capable of producing 1 kilograms of adhesive a day. So it was SMB. Thank you for your presentation.
뿐만이 아니라
So not only various items, we also discovered ways to have a further growth and success. Now we'd like to invite Mr. Lee Hee-sung from Hyungsung. Let's give him a big round of applause. Good afternoon. My name is Park Myung-kang from Hyungsung. Let me introduce to you about my company. Our company has a technology related to the smart logistics 4.0. As you can see, logistics companies' core competencies are changing over the years. Now we are more focusing on the customized logistics in the future. As you can see, based on the smart logistics 4.0, we have new a powerhouse, which is Amazon. Amazon is an innovative company leading the era of smart logistics 4.0. Now is now taking out 21% of the U.S. market share. But actually, in 2019, Amazon started to develop and adopt a strategy 2025 as a new motto, meaning that they're going to lead the future logistics trend with a smart technology. So it is like a protocol for the B2B model. So from end to end, they're going to digitalize all the data and provide the services to the client. This is their core concept. As you can see, global logistic providers are developing core technologies, especially AT&T, DHL, and SNvia have formulated a consortium to come up with a new technologies for smart logistics. What is important is that problems arise. Problems such as a global warming and also communication security and also certification and also the terminal usage and etc. In order to, if we could solve such a problem, and we will soon see a new powerhouse in the field of smart logistics. Hyungsung was able to develop new technology to handle these problems. Thanks to the 4 years of development, as you can see, there is a white line. This is the world's best smart logistics device. And the weather is only 1.33 millimeters. And this is the outcome of our collaboration with the DHL.
이 제품은
This product was launched already in June, and as you can see, DHL is collaborating with us to work to provide such a world's first technology development and device. And now this smart labeling is going to be introduced to you. So our basic concept is that we are going to have global a communication, mobile communication, which is like a global real-time E2E network solution. And what is also important is sensing, because customers require a variety of data. So with this solution, we need to be able to handle all sort of the data. So we are in collaboration with DHL, and based on this collaboration, we're going to develop devices and solutions for logistics. And we have been collaborating with global players like Samsung and DHL, and is the ultimate goal of this smart level is like this. This is the combination of a smart box core technology together with conventional technology. So in 2024, our main objective is to make a smart box for Amazon. Our goal and objective and direction is as follows. There are 266 billion boxes needed by 2026. Our goal is to apply our technology for those boxes in the future, and we are ready to become a global house for this kind of smart logistics. And now we are in the process of receiving investments. We have been talking with the 3 investors so far, and the core technology is the answer to the problem we have. And for more detailed information, actually we have this RF and internet technology, and also we have smart labeling technology, and our engineers have accumulated over 20 to 30 years of experiences. So the smart labeling will change the world. We believe they will make a difference with the smart label of Hyungsung. So the logistics will become a game changer for the world's smart logistics market. Your choice will help us set a new history. So thank you. So solution-based smart labeling company Hyungsung just finished its presentation. So please raise your hand if you have any questions. So I'll start. So all the logistics-related items might collide in the course of transportation. So I have a question about the durability of the smart label. Actually, all the tools related to the labels are quite flexible, so they could absorb a shock, and it was also taken into account during the development stage. And there are some issues with the batteries. As you can see, we are now foldable. We are now utilizing a primary batteries, which is foldable. Actually, secondary batteries have some issues with the certification for air transportation, and also so this is what is needed for the transportation of the labels. So once again, we are utilizing primary batteries, which is foldable. And you mentioned that you have co-developed the DHL to detect with the DHL. Who owns the IP of the technology? So the IP sits at our company. So we are the developer. Actually, we started to have the cooperation with DHL, but at the MOP stage, we have 100% ownership of this technology. That's why we're going to work with the Amazon, and also we had a strategic partnership with Samsung. So as we mentioned, Amazon is a big player in the United States. So if you can't work with Amazon, then it's hardly unlikely that you'll be able to enter into the US market, because Amazon's huge market share in the US. So how are you going to work with Amazon? Do you mean that Amazon is going to utilize some sort of a smart boxes? Actually, Amazon is developing core technologies related to logistics. Amazon is not a logistics company anymore. It is a sensing company, IoT has, and robotics company now. And so what I said earlier, RF is most important to make sure that everything can be done on a global roaming basis. So we have the antenna and with a layer zone developed, which will allow us to communicate to the players in Europe and in the US and back and forth. So we are in preparation for the cooperation with the Amazon, and DHL chose our company because they were amazed by our core technology, and also they received the MOP. So with this confidence, I believe they will be able to work with other players like Amazon and FedEx. And because of time constraint, I'm afraid that we have to wrap up this presentation. The CEO of Hyungsung is quite confident. I believe, and I'm assured that Hyungsung will have a very promising future. Please give him a big round of applause.
네, 수고 많
Thank you again. And with this presentation, we have completed the third presentation, and we are going to move to the fourth one.
네, 방남도
We will welcome Mr. Bang Nam-do of NDsoft. Please welcome him. Thank you. Hello, I am NDsoft Lee Jong-mo, and CEO could not be here because of his health issue, and due to the time constraint, let me just jump in the IR. So NDsoft has the source technology holder of disaster notification, and we believe that the language barrier should not come in delivering the disaster messages. So that's why we came up with this AI-based interpretation platform. And in 2022, we confirmed our revenue in 10 billion won. So let me share with you the video clip which shows the snapshot of our product.
Mars into tropical island. One plant genetically turned to grow for Mars land.
우리 꽃님이는 어떻게 된다는 거야?
Once Mars became the only planet where terraforming was possible, the miracle needed to disappear.
네, 방금 보신 영상은
So in the video clip, you saw some video clips from the drama Victory Ship, and you could see that people are wearing the earplugs and they communicate with each other with thanks to the real-time interpretation. And the subtitles have been also created for this video through our service Brit. And the Brit has three kinds of services, and it also has the chat view function. And its main feature is real-time AI translation social media platform. So let me share with you our business and technology first. As you can see here, we have a very specialized technology called MNMT model. And the RVTTS we are developing right now is real voice text-to-speech technology applied service. So when I say hello, then it will be translated in very similar voice as I said hello in Korean. And once the service recognizes your voice, then it will naturally interpret what you say, no matter how noisy around you. And we analyze how accurate the Bridge translation service is. And we could see that it has a very high level of accuracy in auto translation. And we established our own cloud server, and we also established our AI super cloud IDC. And this is our business roadmap. As you can see here, we have BRIT and Mattis, and we worked for BEEF, Busan International Film Festival, and we also worked with Busan Tourism Corporation and received very positive responses. And our application is very good in that it can be applied and in different industries, and it is very flexible and can be applied to different industries. So these are the projects that are in progress right now. So we are in discussion with different universities in terms of the partnership. And thank you for listening. Thank you for your presentation. This is the real-time translation service. And is there any judges having questions for him? Okay, so the translation quality really is decided by the volume of data that you accumulate. Do you think we can accumulate more and better data than Google Translator or Papago? So, in terms of the translation accuracy and credibility, I think you want to know more about it. And as for Google Translator and Papago, they have been in business for many years. And our Breed application was started to be in service in 2018. So I can say that the speed that we accumulate data and use it is far greater than that of Google Translator and Papago. Is there any follow-up question? And your this year's sales, you said, is 10 billion won. And how would you more elaborate on that? And what is your business model? So our overall sales comes from making disaster notifications, and the Servies service has been launched in just 1 month. So it's not that we are making any revenue from it, but right now we are making efforts to promote this service, and our business is subscription fee basis. And as for the B2C, on a daily basis, we cannot actually charge those who use just 1 hour a day or 30 minutes a day. So we plan for B2C, then B2B, B2B, then B2C. So it was the fourth presenter from NDSoft. Thank you.
So we are continuing with the Starup Showcase, focusing on Busan-based startups. We would like to now invite the fifth speaker, Mr. Jo Won-jin. Please give him a big round of applause. So we are providing 3D consulting solution titled Kubo for interior providers. So So our company, Ethereum, is a virtual reality specialized company, and we have a total of 15 members, and such as game developers and interior designers and 3D designers. I myself also majored in interior design, and also this we have been receiving investments so far, and interior business will be also virtualized, and we are by using the Google. As you can see, customers will be able to change the furnitures and the finishing materials in this virtual reality space. It is to be provided for the B2C and B2B users. And we are also working with many companies, such as construction companies, and for example, these construction companies are in need of a cyberspace model house, and also small material companies and also furniture and lighting companies also need a consulting simulation devices for marketing. And also, whenever we launch a new product, we by our clients, we are able to apply them to our solutions. So we have MOUs for it together with a total of 12 companies, and also we are working with many interior platforms for SI projects, and we are also having a POC with many of our clients. And as of today, a total of 42 brands have joined our shopping mall. And what is most important is that this year we focused on collaborating with our interior providers. We have been able to have networks with a total of 9,000 interior providers. There are 55,000 interior providers around the country. You might think they are only involved in the actual interior work. However, they are selling furniture and lighting and furnishing to the end users. So we believe that there is opportunity from this market, and in order to generate new revenue from this market, we are going to launch a new new solution. So I believe that the interior providers are staying at the center of the interior and also structure industries, because when these interior providers are in direct contact with customers, they are to give recommendations to the client. So I believe that with the 3D simulation and also package services, we'll be able to make revenues from the interior providers. And the content market for the interior providers was a 7.73 billion won. The size of this market is 6 billion won, and this slide shows all the POC projects and etc. Once all the project is completed next year, we believe that around 2,000 interior providers will be utilizing our service. In that case, we'll be able to generate cash cow of 2.6 billion won as part of the subscription fees. And the total transaction will stand at 190 billion won, and we are now at the second stage, and applying our solutions for the interior providers. And now we are now preparing for the next stage, where we will work with the interior shops, and also we are going to expand our business with via the B2C business. And many people say that the B2B and B2C market is growing, but actually many of the end users are relying on the interior providers with whom they actually have a consultation with. So we have developed the 3D module, 3D simulation, which is quite user-friendly. So after going through the simulation, the end users will be able to have further meetings with the providers to find the suitable solutions to meet their needs. this is for my presentation. Thank you. And Raum provides 3D solutions for interior providers. So, do we have any questions from the judges? So, how can you acquire the space data? For example, when you are working on the B2C market, how can you acquire new data? Actually, we have acquired over 350 million data so far. But when we talked with the interior providers, actually they had a very slight different picture, because these interior providers have great hurdles to overcome, because they have to go through all the stages to come to the actual questions. But we are able to provide very simple solutions, so that the consultation could be quite time efficient. And also we went through all the analysis process together with the universities, and also we were able to develop the most optimized space for the B2C consultations. So do you also have a furniture related data? For example, there will be so very diverse tiles and basins, and how did you accumulate such data? And actually we receive drawings and make the 3D simulation based on the drawings. I think this question is related to the automation. At that moment, we haven't reached that point, but at the next stage, we believe they will be able to do everything automatically. So without any further questions, let us wrap up the presentation. Let's give this presenter from Ethereum a big round of applause once again.
또 시간이 6시를 향해 가고
Now, 2 minutes to 6 o'clock, but we will continue with the 2 remaining startups. Now,
자세한 이야기 나눠.
So it's Mr. Kim Hyung Hoi from Alinsight. Please welcome him.
안녕하십니까. Alinsight 사업총괄 이동성입니다. 저희 대표님이 원래 오늘 참여하셔서
Hello, our CEO was supposed to be here, but he had many medical association symposiums, so he couldn't make it today. Please apologize. Please accept our apologies. So the solution that we have is early detection and early checkup solution for eye diseases. And here you can see that many people have this kind of diseases without any early signs. And the eye doctors say that it can be detected in just simple funduscopy, but people do not get it because there is no science in advance. And so, and especially the diabetic retinopathy is also the disease that people just find it very difficult to detect it. So that's why we came up with this solution to provide the early detection and diagnosis of such disease. Globally, around 2.2 billion people have eye disabilities, visual disabilities, and among them, at least 1 billion people have severe disabilities and loss of vision. And we see the number grows year by year, and the best way to prevent such increase is to have people receive early diagnosis. And it is also expected that we have such increase as the society becomes more aging at a fast pace. As you can see here, there are different retinal diseases, including macular degeneration, glaucoma, retinal detachment, and these all result in the loss of vision. And these diseases can be prevented when they are detected in early stage. And we could actually learn and from our trials that those who received this early checkup can be prevented from early these diseases and the resulting loss of vision. And this is an AI platform that eye doctors can easily adopt. And unlike other AI solution companies, this AI solution is not what the technology professionals developed, but eye doctor, eye physician developed this solution, and it is highly compatible with other devices in hospitals. So, and it can be easily adapted to other departments of medical treatment, and it is also in use by many hospitals. And when it comes to the insurance costs, the table shows how much it is for the checkup. And we have a very accurate and clear business model. And our stakeholders are the patients and patients who will use this solution, and doctors who will make sales decision, and the national authorities and the insurance review agency, which pays for this checkup. And the patients are the ones who will most benefited from this solution, and the doctors can also provide better treatment to their patients with this solution. And the national agency also benefit from this solution, as this solution will lower the number of patients with this eye diseases. And this AI diagnosis platform is already in use in many hospitals and in medical centers, 23 medical centers, and the prisons, and also military bases use this AI solution platform, because it is very easy to operate, and its screening speed is faster than any other solutions, with lower costs and relatively lower costs. Yes, so I'm running out of time, but let me make a quick point from this slide. So as you can see here, we are in partnership with other organizations to develop this early detection of dementia disease solution. So this is AI dementia diagnosis platform that we are also working, and we plan for the IPO in 2025. So we are available to receive just one question before wrapping up this session. Thank you for the presentation. And you said that it is not insurance covered by patients. Is there any? So this fundoscopy is actually insurance covered and nationally, and it costs around 10,000 won for 2 eyes. And is this a cost for this fundoscopy practice or others? So this solution is actually allowing people who do not receive such checkup be able to receive such early checkup. So this solution is very important because it is very easily readable, and most eye doctors actually outsource the reading of this fundoscopy, which costs around 1,000 per case, and it also takes time for them to read to receive the results. And this solution actually saves the time and money for. So thank you for the answer, and due to the time constraint, let me wrap up this presentation time. And
Now we are going to have the last presentation, last but not the least. We have Mr. Kim Sung, the CEO of KMCP. Very nice to meet you all. I am representing KMCP. It is a Busan-based company, and we are providing eco-friendly marine mobility solutions. We have this capabilities to provide eco-friendly marine mobility. This is the solution we are taking, and this, as you can see, we are going to play a short video clip to allow you to have a big picture over the development. Let's skip this part. We've been talking about carbon zero to achieve eco-friendliness, but from a marine perspective, actually carbon zero policy has a big impact. For example, 70% of a fine dust come from vessels in Busan City. So the amount of carbon and also fine dust coming from vessels have a great impact on the greenhouse effect. So from the automobile sector, there has been great and robust development with a lot of money pouring into the automobile industry. But in the marine vessel industry, we need to keep up with such a pace, and this is the goal. And with this video, I'd like to show you the technology that we have developed so far. We have the electric propulsion system, and also our base is a naval architect. So our core technology relies with constructing a vessel's naval architect, and this is our core technology. On top of this, we have autonomous driving technology, and also eco-friendly technologies such as applying a hydrogen and etc. This is about a project that we are learning with the Ministry of the Marine Affairs and Fisheries, and we have developed this a platform, and so together with many players in Korea and with the ministry, actually we are working to decrease the gases and also carbons from vessels. We have over 6.9 vessels. So together with Hyundai Mobile, we are also working on a marine mobility. If selected, we will be able to also take part in the marine taxi project for a Busan city, and we are also building vessels for leisure purposes. So basically speaking, the basic profit comes from a small-sized vessels for leisure purposes, and the revenue is 4.5 billion won. But this year we are going to achieve 7.7 billion won in revenue. But our future direction is eco-friendly. So we are very much interested in the LPGs and also the hydrogen propulsion system. Also, we are working with the Hyundai Heavy industries. So next month we are going to launch a electric propulsion system, and there are so many projects down the road. So this is the situation in Korea. The Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries is keenly interested in reducing carbon from vessels, and the future is quite near, because we are going to also be involved in the project to clean the bottom of the ocean, and utilizing a propulsion hydrogen propulsion vessels. You might think that electric cars and hydrogen propulsion vehicles are just something in the future, but that the future is very near, and we have technologies needed, and actually the technology barrier is quite high. So only a few ones which are able to have such to acquire such technology will have great success. And one competitor in Oppo is also talking about receiving a Series D investment, but there are only a few competitors in our country. And also with the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries, we are working on a project to have eco-friendly vessels with a budget of 25 billion won, and also we received 3 billion won from the Ministry of SMEs and Startups, so that we will be working with the Hyundai to develop a hydrogen propulsion vessels. So I know that the time we have time limits, but in the automobile industry, small sized cars are now being empowered by the electric batteries, but it's for the vessels we have only one solution, which is hydrogen. And this is the carbon-free coastal fishing vessel for the future, and this is the project that we are running at this moment, as I mentioned earlier. And this is the future project. Together with the Hyundai Motors, we are going to also have a marine mobility project, like marine taxi for the future. This is the concept, and so we are working with Hyundai Mobis and Hyundai Motors and Hyundai Heavy Industries. And these are the three key partners for a technology cooperation. And these companies are very interested in vessels, and they are also looking for a company they can work with for a small size vessels. So I believe they will become a great company partner for these players. So this is a portfolio, and we'll just skip this part. With this, I'd like to just wrap up the introduction to about my company. Because of time constraint, we will just take one question from the judges. So you mentioned about the technology hurdle, which is quite high. So who are the core members of your company who are now working on this project? Actually, we have a total of 30 members, and we have members who are specialized in computer and software, and also we have 4 members who majored in naval architects, and 4 members also studied a hydrogen and fuel cells, and the rest of the members are working on a prototype production. So people ask whether we are building the fuel cells or batteries. We are not involved in such a technology, but many people do not realize that fuel cell is not the only solution. We must have a naval architect-based technology to have the optimization of the fuel cell usage, because this is what we are doing. We are providing integrated technological solutions to allow a marine transportation in the future. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you for being with us. And And not only here in the Blue Zone, many people participated in this session via the online. Once again, I'd like to say thank you for your participation, and my thanks also goes to the presenters from a Busan-based startups. We also encourage you to become great success in Korea and on the global level. Thank you for your participation. Thank you. 잠깐만 가서 인사 좀 하세요.